But all that years of experience, you know, like learning different techniques and stuff like that, and to that point, a lot of people think like slapping someone is like, oh, that's just easy, just whoa, you know, just. But yeah, you could do that to someone, but that's really not going to like knock them out.
Right.
Like, yeah, you might hurt somebody doing that, but if you really
put them to sleep,
if you really take the time to learn the actual technique, and there's a lot to it to actually be able to use your entire body to slap somebody. If you can take the time to learn that, like, you're gonna probably sleep them almost every single time.
Yeah, go watch that episode. You'll see how fucking fast you can sleep someone.
Yeah.
I hate this fucking piece of shit.
Listen to me though.
Oh, never mind. Sorry. Let's start show started off on.
That is fine.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to episode 15 of In the Clinch. It is September 11th, 2024.
Say another date.
Yeah. Well, you know what? This show started off like shit. Obviously, me and Danny are here. Billy's behind the camera on the ones and twos. We have special guest. Soon to be power slap heavyweight and light heavyweight champion. Give it, what, how long we say we'll give it? Year? Not even that long.
Yeah, I mean, probably not a year. It would take me to get to the heavyweight belt, I think.
Yeah. Give him a couple fights and he'll be fucking knocking people out. This is Brice Just Hand Jones.
Oh, yeah.
Me and him work together. We've been talking about this for, like 2 years now?
Oh, yeah, since like probably the first season, I think I brought it up to you. I was like, hey, man, I think I want to try to do that.
Yeah.
Do that.
What season is this now?
3.
3, okay. So season 3, power slap. He's on the show. Last week was his first official fight. How did you feel, going into that? I feel like it's okay, but walking out to the, whatever you want to call it, the stage, were you nervous as fuck?
I mean, I was actually not actually that nervous.
Okay.
Like, I was in the back, and, big props to my coach, Robert Trujillo. He was awesome. Because I was back there, I was not even worried about the fight. I was just more, kind of caught up in the emotion of, because my dad, he passed away a few years ago. Mm-hmm. So I was like, fuck, man, he ain't going to get to... I'm not going to be able to, share that with him.
Yeah, right. It'd be cool to watch.
So, that was the only thing when I was backstage that I was kind of, in my head about. The rest of it, I really wasn't that nervous about, because I was like, I know I can take a shot, so I'm not worried about him hitting me first or whatever.
Yeah.
Obviously, we saw that win. I went first, but
first and last.
Yeah, exactly.
He was talking a lot too.
Yeah. He was talking some mad shit. His coach was talking mad shit. They kind of edited a lot of that out.
Yeah.
But,
I've been talking to Billy about that. That guy. I don't know him, the coach at all, but I feel like he's a little much. And when it gets to the point of hey, dude, you can do all this you want, but when I slap him across the face, that's not going to do. I feel like it just riles you up more than anything.
Yeah. He was definitely rallying, because also, being back there, the nerves. So, the coach over there basically was having them riled up the entire time. We had to wait a while before the fight started kicking off, almost, say, 45 minutes.
Okay, wow.
Dude, they were going for 45 minutes just amped up the whole time, talking shit. You could hear through the wall.
So he gets knocked out on the first lap.
Yeah, so it was kind of...
motivation.
Yeah, it just kept you motivated the whole time, and also they're just over there burning energy. So you're like... That's not going to go well for you.
Don't be tired when you're getting slapped in the face.
You're over there hyped yourself up for an hour,
Did it keep you kind of out of your head, just hearing them the whole time? All you could think is this, they're just talking.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Definitely that right there. It didn't allow you to just start just quietly thinking, because they're just over there riling up, and you're just getting more pissed off. You're like, oh yeah, I can't wait to fucking put my hands on you. But yeah, I was not nervous, and it was kind of weird, walking out. As soon as I walked out of the locker room, obviously you have a camera in your face, and they kind of show you where you're going to go, because it's like a long hallway. You turn, boom, then you're going to walk through the doors to make your walk onto the stage there. But so yeah, I wasn't thinking about the match at all.
Okay.
I was just I don't care if I'm hitting first.
No,
he's hitting first. I was because if he hits first, I'm just going to be more pissed off than I already am.
Right.
And so I was I'm just going to hit him that much harder. So I just
Yeah, you didn't give a fuck
Yeah.
first or last. Now, did they do the coin toss when you guys get out there, or did you know going in, like, walking
we
out?
had no idea. They kept it completely secret.
Oh, shit.
They actually didn't tell us who's hitting first, who's taking the hit. They was like, when you walk out there, the person on stage, you'll know if they won or not. So when I walked out, he was already holding the thing, so I knew that he had lost the
coin toss.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that. I thought you guys. So you didn't even see that.
No.
Huh.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we had no idea.
Speaking of being in your head, what is it like when you're like about to get slapped? When you're just sitting there and they're like, all right, on 3 and shit like that, and you're just like, fuck, he's about to slap me.
To me, when I had to take my turn with that, which we haven't got to in the episodes,
yeah.
but we've seen it in some trailers, so it's not a big spoiler. But so yeah, I just grabbed the thing and I was like, fuck it, man,
Gotta get slapped.
Yeah, we're gonna take it. We're gonna. So yeah, I was not nervous at all. I braced. I had my own system of bracing. Everybody does their own weird shit. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I feel like my first opponent, he had a weird, which they kind of edited out. He started with his head back, and I fixed him because that's not legal for you to arch back like that. So actually, I fixed him, and then they kind of re-edited it so you don't see all that stuff. But when he did come back up, he was more just kind of loose, like necked, which you don't want to be. You don't want to be just standing up there with your neck loose.
Snapping left and right.
But you also don't want to brace into a slap. Like some guys will try to like stiffen up and brace. All you're going to do is just eat more power from that.
Making the impact harder.
So for me, I studied like certain guys in the sport, and the guys I think take the best slaps. One of them's like Danny Van Heerden. I watch it the way he does it. If you look at the way he does it, he's real firm in his legs. He's real loose in his hips, and then he's just stern in his neck, but he doesn't like brace up and try to go into it.
Right.
He lets his hips kind of
move. Not
just kind of move his body, take a little bit of that impact. So like I just kind of go with that style.
I would have thought like closing your eye, like me, like 'cause they, a lot of guys get called for flinching. I probably because like when they got like he did it on 1, so it's like you're on 1. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Guy on 3, it's like 1. You're like waiting for it to where you're like fuck. So I feel like I would just close like.
But they still count. So like closing your eyes does help, but you're still hearing like 2, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, fuck, 3's coming.
Yeah, you want to keep your eyes open. So when that person goes to hit you, when their hand goes down, whatever count it is, as soon as their hand comes to the bottom, you want to close your eyes because that thing's going to come at you so fast, you're not going to have time to really judge that. So just as soon as their hand goes down, I just close my eyes because I was like, by the time I count 1, I'm going to get hit.
Right.
So I just went with that method. Because you don't want to have your eyes open. Some guys try to look, but if some dude misses and they have their thumb up, they're just going to thumb you square in the eye.
Yeah, you don't want that.
That's worst case scenario to lose that way, especially.
Yeah.
What's the house like? What's it like being in that house? And how long do you got to be in there?
We were in there for like 2 weeks, a good solid 2 weeks. We had to spend a few days in a hotel, which was like right around the corner from where we used to work there.
Okay.
But the house is kind of, one, you have no privacy. There's cameras everywhere.
Right.
Like, there's cameras in every single room. You have a little bit of privacy in the bathroom, but they can still listen. If you try to, like, go in there and, like, start having a conversation, you took your mic off,
Right.
they're going to be able to
They're going to hear you, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, there was cameras everywhere. There's no privacy. If you start trying to have, like, a meaningful conversation, they're listening. So all of a sudden you're going to have a camera dude run up in your face. So it kind of, like, would occasionally kill any momentum of a conversation you're somewhat having.
Right.
But you had to, eventually you kind of got used to it,
Right.
in a sense, and you just kind of, I don't know, just
Forget they're there almost.
yeah,
probably.
almost.
Yeah.
Like, it's like you acknowledge it, but then you just kind of, you know.
Yeah, like it just. And are there coaches in there with you guys at all, or do they stop by?
yeah,
'Cause I know in the Ultimate Fighter they'll stop by
Yeah.
from time to time, but I don't know if in this one it's any different to where they kind of just stop by. They they maybe stay there for an extended period of time. Like how does that work?
Yeah, they just like stop by from time to time. Like I think they stopped by maybe like 3 or 4 times.
Okay. What about Dana? How often do you see Dana?
Dana, the only time you got to really see him was just like on camera stuff. Like obviously he's sitting next to the stage.
Right.
But when you walk up there, like I didn't even notice if he
was there.
Yeah, because I was too focused on the match. So, but the only time you actually kind of really got to see him and have a little bit of interaction with him is when they first picked the teams.
Mm-hmm.
That was the only
there.
time.
He's right there. Yeah.
Yeah, because he was sitting in the front.
Yeah.
Now, when the coaches were picking the teams, did you, like, I don't want to say, did you want, the coach who picked you to pick you, but after the fact, and obviously seeing how the two coaches were different, do you feel like the coach you picked was better for you? Because like I don't feel like you're really the type where it's like, that guy Mo, like all that shit talking. I feel like that would almost like bug you. I feel like.
Yeah. So we first got to see who the coaches were because they did not tell us.
Right.
Like there were some rumblings at the hotel, like it's going to be this person, that person. Someone saw one of the coaches in the hotel the day before because I guess they had him in there and then they moved him as we were coming in. So that way we didn't know. But so I kind of had an idea who the coach was, which was Turp. He was the Austin Turpin. He was the guy that was in our hotel. So I kind of knew he was going to be on the show. So that little combine that they show us going through, that comes up with like the slap number or whatever.
Yeah.
Like your slap score. That's when they brought in the coaches then. So we got to see who they were. And at first, I will say because I knew who Austin Turpin was, I was like, yeah, I kind of wanted him.
Right.
But then Robert Trujillo, he kind of introduced himself and like was talking. As he kind of told me his background, I was like, I kind of want this guy.
Well, that's good then.
Because it sounds like he has more experience that I'm used to. Because Austin Turpin has no like fight experience. He has no MMA, boxing.
He's just a slap fighter.
Yeah, he's just a slap fighter. Like he has no concept besides slap fighting.
Yeah.
So
the coach you got did.
Yeah. Because he's like an undefeated, or he was. I don't know if he still is. He might be undefeated MMA fighter.
Oh, that's
like,
fucking impressive. Then
yeah,
slap fighting that.
So like he has years and years of experience. He's been fighting since he was like a little kid. So to that point is like. Once I knew that, when they were picking, I was like really hoping for Robert.
Well, that's cool then. That worked out perfectly.
I had a feeling Austin Turpin wasn't going to pick me, but he did have me on his list, actually. He put me down first on his list, and then Trujillo seen that, and he quickly wrote down my name. So when they were doing the picks, it just worked out in Trujillo's favor to pick me. But Austin did want me. He just didn't get the opportunity.
Okay, nice. Well, real quick, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back. We got a couple more questions to ask, and then we're going to get into the cards 306 coming up this weekend. So, like I said, one moment, we'll be right back. All right, we're back. We'll jump right back into it. Dan, what you got next for Brice? Anything else we're talking about here? One thing I did want to ask real quick, I know I just asked you to ask something. Your MMA background, because you said your coach had some, so I know you have a little bit, but just so everyone kind of knows how you got into this, where you came from.
Yeah, I trained there Extreme Couture for off and on like 7 years, but I'd say like in total maybe like a good 4.5 years in total, like solid time. But I was just training there. Definitely, because like when I first started training there, I kind of went, God damn.
That happens to me 100 times a
smoke out in this air, man.
Yeah, can we get the fire put out in fucking California, please? Killing
everyone.
Las Vegas.
Yeah.
I literally thought it was fucking World War III or something going on outside when I was fucking sky's gray. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that smoke fucking killed me. But, so like years of just boxing, because I would do like 4 to 5 days a week, and I would just do like boxing, jiu-jitsu, MMA, just every single day. For like a year, and then I decided to try out for the amateur team. Tried out for that, got on that team. Then it was amateur practices twice a week. You're sparring, going after it, for like 2 hours. So just like a lot of experience of getting hit understanding how to recover.
That's why I thought a slap wouldn't like kill you because you're like, I've been hit before.
Yeah.
You know.
And no, that just, growing up doing dumb shit, me and my brothers used to love fucking WWE. I've taken like a bunch of steel chairs to the head, like never got knocked out.
Well, yeah.
So
yeah,
like
a slap's gonna do much.
Yeah, so like a slap, I was just like, I could probably definitely take that. I mean, obviously you get hit right, and if
It's
someone's
directly,
actually, hitting just right and hard enough, like you can probably get knocked out. But most likely, and most of the time, I think it's just some people just can't take a big hit like that. So.
Yeah, that's what I think a lot of power slap is. Is like obviously there's technique, but like on defense, it's like you have to be able to take a hit, know how to recover. And then after that, you're still, even when you're hit, you only get a minute. So it's not, like when you have to go back on offense, you got to be ready because
you don't got a lot of time. But all that years of experience, like learning different techniques and stuff like that, and to that point, a lot of people think like slapping someone is like, oh, that's just easy, you just whoa, but yeah, you could do that to someone, but that's really not going to knock them out.
Right.
You might hurt somebody doing that, but if you really
put them to sleep,
if you really take the time to learn the actual technique, and there's a lot to it to actually be able to use your entire body to slap somebody. If you can take the time to learn that, you're gonna probably sleep them almost every single time.
Yeah, go watch that episode. You'll see how fucking fast you can sleep someone.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Did you premeditate that wink? Just came with it?
No, actually, it just happened naturally. Actually, that wink, and that's funny. And I was gonna be pissed if they didn't put it in. So
hell yeah.
When I went to measure, because I first measured and they had to fix him, I had more time to sit there and think. So I looked down and I noticed that there's a camera in the podium.
Okay.
Shit.
So when I seen the camera in the podium, I went to measure again, and I lean over so I can get all my momentum. So I leaned over, and as I leaned over, I looked down at the camera, and I seen him, and I was waiting for him to look me in the eyes. So as soon as he looked me in the eyes, I just winked at him, and just fucking. And as I hit him, I'm actually saying, "See you, bitch."
I was gonna say, I was gonna ask you. I heard a bitch in there at some point.
While you're
No.
I was saying, "See you, bitch," as I hit him.
I think in the audio, because I heard it, you just hear bitch.
Yeah.
And see a bitch, whatever, but calling someone a bitch, winking at him, and then you obviously TKO him, knock him out, whatever they want to call it. That's first round too. That's because, like I said, the other coach, you could hear him. He's like, he doesn't have shit. He doesn't. And it's like, dude, so just a quick little, give you a wink, a little bitch, and slap you across the face, put you down. I mean,
and then your next Florida boy to the coach, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, that was
the way you do it.
Because in the weigh-in, dude, that guy, like I said, it's like, there's just, it's like any other sport, you know what I mean? Like, all these coaches, all these players, all this shit, it's like, let's talk shit, let's get in your face, and it's like, dude, we're going to be between the lines, and then, you're going to hit me. He didn't even get a shot to hit you, but it's like, it doesn't, you can't take that in there with you, especially in fighting. Like, a lot of guys, they'll be like, I listen to opera music, or I walk out, and I don't like it very calm, you think these guys are just psychos, but it's like, it doesn't work for everybody. That's why I said I feel like the coach you got was pretty perfect for you. But yeah, no, that's crazy. You saw the camera down there.
That's pretty cool.
And I'm glad they got that in there too, because it sucks when you have a show or something and you're like, hey, they edited this, because even them fixing the guy's posture, no one would have known that. So it probably takes a lot, because in the episodes they're quick. So you think but I'm sure they do a lot of time editing and cropping shit out, putting shit in.
How do you think you're doing on a show like that?
Me?
Yeah, Slap House.
I mean, I'm a big technique guy, when it comes to lifting and stuff, so I feel like I'd get the technique down. My only problem would be taking the hit from somebody else, you know what I mean? I feel like that would be the tough part, but I'm I don't want to say hard worker, but I'm good with I'm big, when I'm squatting or something, I like to get the form right. So I think offense, I'm okay to slap someone across the face, but taking one, fuck, man. There'd have to be something, not on the line, but the fact that you're doing it, kind of just waiting to see what's next, I can't commend people who do that shit enough. That is fucking crazy.
I would be fucking, if I slapped a dude and he was just fine, I'd be like, all right, actually, I just quit. Fuck it.
Yeah, can you just be like, hey, you know what? He can have it, bro. You're good. Fuck, dude.
Well, I think really the more you were prepared to do it, you'd be a lot better. Some of those guys, there was at least a couple of guys never even watched it.
They just walk in I could take a slap.
They just signed up and then they got picked. So then they just showed up. They didn't know how to slap. They didn't know how to. They didn't know how any of it really went.
They just went in there like, fuck it.
Yeah, just fuck it.
Get slapped and slap. It's that easy.
And how did they get in? Like, how did you get? Like, how did you get picked for this? Because obviously I know you were emailing and shit.
Yeah, it's really just as easy as going on their website, and it literally just has a sign up thing. But you do have to put, like, they ask you for like your experience in different things.
Right.
So you got to kind of fill out a little bit of something. And I'm sure I have a feeling there's some guys lying on that shit. But,
of course, yeah.
But they're going to kind of look into it to see, like, on your social medias, anything that you're saying. If you say you have some martial arts that you train, you have no pictures on your...
Right. If you're like, I'm a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu world champion, and all your pictures don't indicate that at all, they're like, I don't buy that at all.
They're not really going to pick you. Obviously, they do take some chances. There's a couple guys I feel like they just took some chances, like, maybe he might...
Right.
Maybe he might do well.
Personality or something.
Yeah.
You can see that in the show,
something,
I think, too.
Like, caught their eye. But, so basically, you just fill out that thing. You get, like, a little email, like, thank you for...
Right.
Applying, basically.
Applying. But, like, when it was coming closer to... I knew that they were about to do the casting. I sent an email to that email that they sent that from... That I was like, look, I live just a little bit down the road, like, maybe 25 minutes down the road. You can call me an hour's notice or less, and I would be there.
Yeah.
I don't care who you got, you know. They were like, we'll get back. They sent me an email right back within, like, less than 10 minutes. Like,
that's cool, then.
Hey, we're going to send your email up and try to get you somewhere, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then, literally, within, like, 3 days, they sent me another email. Hey, we're going to do, like, a video chat with you.
That's cool, because I think they like that shit. The UFC likes all that type of shit where it's like, if this guy's willing to just fucking come and short notice, then fuck it.
Yeah.
So that was a big
they definitely like the people that were willing to just raise their damn hand and be like, yeah, I'll
come to work.
You know?
Exactly. Especially when that guy knocks someone out in the first fucking slap he throws.
Yeah, and look, and most of the dudes there, because I'm a pretty laid back dude, so a lot of them really didn't think I was gonna go up there and do that.
Yeah, they were like, this guy's just like.
They were like, he's probably gonna
get fucked.
Stink out the joint, probably get knocked out. I know Devin and his coach there both thought I was just gonna not even make it to the stage. Like, I was just going to walk off.
Yeah, why the fuck would they think? I mean, like, it's because I know you, so I'm like,
I
don't know why they would think that, but that's why I said people get this shit in their head, and it's like, he's not going to make it up there, and it's like, I mean, it took one shot, and you're now out of the house, so, I mean, you know.
How does that work, too? Is he leaves, he goes home, fuck off?
Yeah. Everyone that lost in the first round, the second that was over, the next day, when they woke up, they were...
Headed home.
Damn.
Now, did they pay for, like, travel? Because I know some people came from, like, New Jersey and shit.
Yeah, they pay for
that's
everything.
cool, then.
Yeah, you had to go through a bunch of medical stuff, so they paid for all that.
Cool.
How does it work with work?
I basically just had to ask them. I just told them what was going on. They were confused. They were like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I was like, explaining it to them again. I still were confused.
I have to go slap
you. Come in and talk to us in person. We don't understand what the fuck you're talking about.
I have to go to this house and slap the fuck out of someone.
So I literally went in there. I broke it down as best I could. Luckily, he understood. Like, he knew what the Ultimate Fighter was. So I just said all that, and then I just said, power slap.
Yeah. Now, Ultimate Fighter, but power slap.
You just slap people.
Yeah. So you can watch it where? Rumble.
Yeah.
It's free. No, actually, Rumble. I'm impressed. I didn't know it existed. Obviously, me and Brice have been talking. He told me when it's going to come out. You literally download the app. You don't sign up. You just type in the show you want to watch or whatever. I obviously liked and followed the show, and it's like you're just.
And it's just like YouTube. You can put content like this on there.
Yeah, exactly.
So. Might as well start a Rumble channel too.
Yeah.
No, it's fucking dope, especially for like, niche stuff like Power Slap, where it's like, they can corner a market like that. Rumble, it's like,
And you can put it in the title, and if someone looks up Power Slap, this will come up, and it will.
They'll be
fucking in the fucking title.
Yeah, they'll be watching this. So we have two more questions. Billy wrote this one, so if it seems a little off or odd.
All right, Billy, let's see what the fuck you got going on.
Do you train your jaw?
Train my jaw. I do notice people doing the jawzercise thing.
Right.
Now, like, I think that might be a decent way to do it, I guess, but I don't take the time to train my jaw. Like, honestly, I have like a really hard jaw as is. Like, I've had to get, like, x-rays of my jaw, and they're like, dude, your jaw is, like, 5 times thicker than the average human being.
Oh, well.
And that's the only we can test. We don't know how far it actually goes up. So.
Oh, fuck.
So, like, when I got my wisdom teeth out, the roots of it is still in my jaw because they couldn't get that shit out. He tried to bone saw it out of there, and it stopped that saw.
Jesus Christ.
Like,
You're kind of built for this fucking power
I'm
slap
built
shit.
to get hit. Like,
Yeah, well, like I
I'm built
said,
to get hit.
he's got a second match coming up on the show, a couple episodes, I would assume. Waiting to hear back on what's coming up after that. Last question before we move on to the previous cards, unless you guys have some other shit. But what defines clubbing? Because I started to kind of thought I knew, but then I would see some guys that would, and I'm like, I feel like that's clubbing, and they wouldn't call it. So what exactly is clubbing?
Well, I'll tell you from the first episode, they were very relaxed on the rules because everyone was new.
Okay.
So they didn't call a lot of clubs that were probably clubs.
Gotcha.
They let it slide as best they could. If it wasn't too blatant.
Because they don't want to be disqualifying everybody.
Yeah, because
Exactly.
you would disqualify almost every single person.
Gotcha.
And you'd have no show. So they definitely relaxed. They tightened up on the second round, though. You had to be more on point. So they definitely relaxed it on the first round. But yeah, anything like a club, obviously if you bend in your hand trying to make a cup in your hand
Okay.
as you hit them, that's going to be called a club. Or if you're doing anything that's like not just the palm of your hand,
I thought it was maybe more if you hit him with this part too.
and you're not supposed to go any more than like this line
Gotcha.
or into that wrist bone past their face.
Okay. That's
So-
what I kind of thought, because I was thinking if you hit him with this part of your hand, like
Yeah.
here, like that's kind of bullshit.
Yeah,
like,
that's considered a club.
Okay,
actually.
so that's part of it. That's what exactly.
It's a palm strike. You're palm striking somebody if
Okay.
you hit them with that part of your hand. So
Like Bass Roten used to do to people.
yeah. So then from just the hand position, anything like above your temple is going to be considered a club. So if I hit you above this line, that's going to be a club.
Yeah.
Because you're above this mark. And then anything below your jawline is also considered a club.
Necking and shit. Like right
Gotcha,
on
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's good to know. And then one last thing that I was thinking of, that slap score, do they base it off of your weight and everything? Because I saw some guys, and I'm like, because me and Billy were talking about it, and I was like, it's got to be speed involved in that, because I thought it would be a little more combination of power. Like, I was like, damn, I figured, like, your score would be way the fuck up there, but I feel like the lighter guys some of them had a better score, and I'm like, is it just because of the speed they hit?
I'll tell you right now exactly why. Because the slap score, this is why that slap score is garbage, and they really... Look, it's all right if they want to use it, but they need to have it a little bit different if they're going to do a test like that. So they did base it on, we did like a neck strength test.
Okay.
So you got it down on the ground, this thing went behind your head, and you pushed into it. So that kind of like determined your strength of your neck, which some would say like that doesn't determine like if you could take a slap.
Yeah, that sounds odd.
But they think because if you can keep your neck pretty much straight, you're not going to get knocked out or whatever. I get the point of it, but I guess, whatever. And then what they do is they test like your actual slap on a pad, and this is where the biggest part of the score comes up. But the thing is, they had it right up against the wall, so if you just put it straight on to a wall, it was only this far off the wall. I'm a pretty wide dude.
Right.
So that means that for me to actually slap this thing, I would have just went right into the wall.
Right, yeah, you can't really move.
So the smaller guys got the bigger number because they had no problem maneuvering the wall.
Right, okay.
Because that pad is, like this wide. They're not much wider than that. So when they stood there, they could really crank and not smack the wall.
Because that's why I was like, this one dude had like 1,100, and I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Like,
The guys that did get like the biggest scores, they were twisting. Like they were not sticking to the rules of the
okay,
competition.
I figured there was a lot more going into it.
They were
yeah.
twisting their hips and turning their feet. Some dudes were hitting it like from like here up to their forearm.
Oh, right, okay.
Like one of the dudes,
Kicked it.
Yeah, kicked it.
one of the dudes did punch it, and then they were like, "Yo, you can't punch it, bro. You got to slap the thing."
So, yeah, at least they're doing that, I guess. But
So
fuck, still at the same time, because your score wasn't fantastic. You knocked the guy out first.
Yeah,
time.
the only thing that thing scored was just me using just my arm just to slap the thing,
yeah,
but not
this,
even
yeah.
like a forceful slap. I just slapped it.
Right.
Okay.
And I still didn't score that bad just for
Right,
doing
no,
that.
exactly.
No, I was like, I'm excited to see.
For just the.
Yeah.
I just thought, like I said, they'd have not like I don't want to say better tech, but I figured it'd be a better setup than that. But also when I saw the scores, I was kind of like, okay, this just looks there's must be something going on.
Yeah, if they would have had more management with the technique that was going and had it off the wall, like on some kind of pole where someone could actually use their actual technique,
Right.
and not worry about slamming into something, like the scores would be way more accurate.
Right.
Really, what they need to do is take one of those bobs and have it outfitted in the inside of it with sensors. So that way you could not only get the precision of it, but the power of it.
No, and that's why I didn't know. Obviously, I mean, we see you hitting that little thing,
Yeah.
but I was like, I feel like they'd, but it's a growing sport. So
I genuinely thought, like, the punch machine?
Yeah.
I thought you just slapped that and whatever the fuck.
Well, that's what it is, but they didn't have. They just had a Velcroed on the wall.
Right, and it was too tight. Like, yeah,
And it was
that's all bad.
You're right up against the wall. There's no.
They could just take that machine and have you line up to the side of it and slap it, and just have you have like a ref there being like that. You foul, you got to do it again.
Because they had us do it at the Apex instead of the Performance Center. The Performance Center has like a pole that's like a long pole, so there's nothing around.
Right,
it.
you're good to go.
Yeah, so you can use all your technique. You can
everything.
Yeah, you have plenty of room. It's probably also better censored. Like it probably has better.
All right.
Like that.
Well, go ahead.
I was gonna say we were also thinking about having you slap one of us.
Yeah, how would they feel about that? They'd be like, all right, this guy's going around slapping civilians.
I can't slap you in the face. But
in the back, we told Danny he'll take one in the
back.
back.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going on.
So they wouldn't allow that then? Did they say like, hey, don't be going around fucking slapping people?
Yeah, they told us not to be going around slapping folk, but.
He also doesn't want to kill his friend.
No, yeah, well, because Danny was gonna do like if we got a certain amount of views or comments. That,
You know what? If we get, we'll say 15 comments, 100 views,
on this show,
20 likes, or on this short, if we really make this short of it, if we get at least 10,000, I'm going to go high because we've gotten 5,000, 6,000 on a short before. If we get 10,000 on a short, Brice will slap me in the fucking face.
somewhere else but the face.
We'll slap him in the face. How about I show you guys how to properly slap, and you guys have a slap off.
There
I don't want to get slapped,
Yeah, like
man.
that between these two.
Fuck. All right. Well, we'll figure something out. But yeah, if we get, we won't even put the number out. Danny gave some numbers, but if we get some feedback behind this, we'll figure something out. We'll do one more break before we pick our
How
picks.
about Dana slaps me in the fucking face?
Yeah, well, I'd be interested to see did they do like a slap score for him? I wonder if he fucks around with that bag.
He probably has.
He has to have,
I'm sure he's.
Put his out there.
Okay. Never mind. All right. We're taking one more break. Before when we come back, we'll pick for UFC 306 and talk about 305. All right. Well, let's talk about 305. Danny and Billy picked Gilbert Burns as a bet of the week, so we'll talk about that card a little bit. We normally just do the pay-per-views because the in-between cards, there's usually one or two good fights.
Yeah.
But before we do that, thanks for coming on, bro. We appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, anytime, man.
That interview was sick. Follow him on Instagram. It's Brice Just Hand Jones, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Brice Just Hands Jones.
Did you change that after you got selected, or was it always that?
No, I changed it once I came off the show.
Yeah, we were talking about a nickname for him. What was the other one we had? Brice.
There were so many thrown out, so I don't.
There was we broke it down to two when we were at work. It was Brice. It was Just Hands, or it was like sand something or something.
Oh, Sandhand.
Sandhand, yeah. But I like because your middle name's Justin.
Yeah.
So I like the Just Hands because we were talking about that at work. That's why it's crazy that we talked about this.
Yeah, my girlfriend kind of came over with it.
Yeah,
she was like, "If you're gonna do this, you have to use my nickname." All right.
Yeah.
So I was like,
if I'm gonna allow you
"That's
to go
fair."
up. Yeah, no,
if
that
you're
is.
gonna date a fucking power slapper, I get it. A lot of people are gonna look at you weird. So.
Yeah, no, exactly. But I think that works out perfect. Like I said, follow him on Instagram. Watch on Rumble. He's got his second match coming up. We don't know what happens yet. We're not. We're going to find out in the second one because he made it through to the second round. Yeah, stay tuned. But first one slap, one knockout. I mean,
one shot, one kill.
You can't ask for much more. But going back to 305 real quick, Carlos Prates knocked out Jing Liang, if that's how you say it.
Leech.
What?
Leech.
It's Leech, yeah, that's what they call him. Rosenstrike won a split decision against Ty. Don't know how that was a split decision if you watch that fight.
Yeah. I've seen that shit. I was like, what the fuck?
Ty sucks.
What are you talking about?
Ty literally, I mean, because it was in Australia and shit, it was cool.
Yeah.
But he's lost, 5 straight now? That hype train's probably coming to a halt. The one that I was super excited about, fucking Dan Hooker beat Gamrot by a split decision. I thought the split decision was I was okay with that. But But Dan's a fucking dog.
Dan Hooker's fully back. Those tattoos fully came back.
Yeah. And then one of my favorite fighters, Kai Kara France, got the knockout. Took care of business. 2 shots, one pretty much knocked him out. Then the second one was just fucking for show, basically. They could have stopped it. I think
we all took him, yeah.
Yeah.
We all took him.
And then Dricus and Izzy. Izzy looked pretty good for the fight. You know, a couple of times when Dricus rushed him, I thought he would get out of it better. He kind of like sat there and almost like was like expecting to get hit instead of moving like I've normally seen Izzy move. Yeah. 4th round, Dricus obviously caught him, got him in the rear naked choke. Once Dricus kind of took him down, got his back, you know it was over. Any thought? What was the records for that card, Bill?
For 305, Eric, you went 2-3.
Oh, good God!
You struggle on these.
Danny went 3-2. I went 4-1.
Fuck my ass.
Overall records.
Overall is Eric is now last at 22-18. I'm 23-17.
No,
and Danny is 26-14.
I'm fucking murdering you guys.
I don't know what it is that I do because with most bets and stuff, I'm decent, and then you get into this, and I
do
feel
it every time. You use your heart over your head too much when you pick these fighters.
And it's probably what it is. But I mean, I didn't think Izzy was a bad pick. 2-3. Who did I have that lost? Fucking
picked high.
Yeah, I'm a fucking idiot. Yeah, I'm an idiot.
We all took Gamrot as well.
I think we all took Gamrot.
Honestly, I'll be honest. I picked Ty too.
Yeah, well, guess we're not that smart, huh? Not as smart as you think. I don't know what it is. I guess I picked the guys I like. We'll see. This 5-0's coming. Don't worry about it. In between there and now 306. I mean, Cannonier fought.
The dude that kicked Cannonier's ass, he looks good.
Did he look good? I didn't watch.
He'll be good at 185
with you. And then this last weekend, Sean Brady and Gilbert Burns fought, and Gilbert Burns lost again,
It's over for him.
Coming close to beating Kamaru. I don't say coming close.
I was just about to say that makes Kamaru's defenses look bad. I think because he beat Colby twice, which is cool. He beat Jorge twice, which is nothing.
Less than.
And then he beat Burns. That was his defenses. And now, if you look at those now, you're like, those guys kind of all suck.
I thought he was about to be the next GSP and the GOAT of the division, but we talk about it all the time. You can sit in the here and now and say somebody's great, but you can't be discounting.
Right.
George St. Pierre, John Jones run.
People are saying Izzy's the best 185er. It's what about Anderson Silva? People are saying they say this about 205ers. It's John Jones. Come
on. Do you guys have anything in the cards between 306, or you just want to get into some picks?
Just get into 306.
All right. Well, we'll knock out some picks here. So 306 in the Sphere. It's Mexican Independence Day. Dana's hyping the shit out of this card. In terms of, I think he's hyping more of the production of it. Yeah. I mean, the card itself is obviously, it's okay. I mean, it's for the first card in the Sphere. I would have liked the co-main event to not be Alexa Grasso and Shevchenko.
But they fought on is this the third Noche they fought?
Yeah, last year they fought on Noche.
Did they fight on Noche the year before that as well?
I don't think so.
Okay, well, but that Noche, this is what they do. They just fight on Noche, these two. Their fights have been good, though. Grasso and Shevchenko.
Yeah,
they're really exciting.
They started off with Raul Rosas Jr. on the early prelim. I always hope that guy loses, but he's minus 950, so I can't imagine he's going to lose.
That Ignacio Bahaman is on this. He had that fucking spinning head kick knockout against Roosevelt. Row your boat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, that guy's exciting.
All right.
He's underdog.
So all we basically do, Brice, here, we're going to pick the main card because, who the fuck gives a shit about anything else, really.
We're not going to pick Edgar Chairez versus Joshua Van.
Yeah.
Picking Van.
It's minus 235.
Yeah, pretty good pick.
Main card starts off 7 o'clock, obviously. Like I said, 306 in the Sphere. Ronaldo Rodriguez against Ode Osborne. Rodriguez is minus 140. Ode is plus 110. So,
8-inch reach advantage for Ode.
8-inch reach advantage. All right, Bill, who you taking? Let's start it off.
Well, Ode's lost 2 in a row.
It's also 12-7. How are you even in the fucking UFC?
So I'm gonna go Rodriguez.
I'll take Rodriguez as well.
They can pay him $10,000.
Yeah, he'll take the $10,000. That's what we talked about with these cards. Yeah. There's so many cards that I feel like I said, these 5th and 4th fights are kind of lesser fights. So people are like, oh, these guys don't make. It's like, bro, you want Ronaldo Rodriguez and Ode Osborne to make $2 million?
You got to think of it as the UFC. It's like Ode Osborne. How much money did he make the UFC on this card? Literally $0.
Yeah.
Right.
So how much? Why are you complaining about any?
10,000's a good,
Yeah. If you win, you get 20, and if you get a super sick knockout, you get 70.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With the 50 added.
Brice, who are you going with here? So Rodriguez or Osborne here?
I'm probably gonna go with Rodriguez actually.
All right, Brice has Rodriguez. Dan?
Rodriguez. I think we all got Rodriguez, yeah.
All right, well, I'll let you say the next two guys' names. Danny, go for it.
Daniel Zellhuber. He's actually really good.
Perfect.
Esteban. We'll just keep that Esteban.
Ribovokits. Ribovics. Daniel is minus 235 favorite. I'm gonna take Dan. I don't know these guys. I'm gonna take
Daniel Zellhuber. You've seen him fight.
I'm sure I've seen him fight.
He's really good. He's tall as fuck too.
Yeah, 6'1", 77-inch reach.
6'1" at 155.
Yeah, 77-inch reach.
8-inch reach advantage. 3 years younger. 3 inches taller. I love younger, taller, longer. I'm gonna go Daniel Zellhuber.
Yeah, that seems like that would be the pick.
Yeah, that seems easy.
He can strike like a motherfucker too.
Now I'm interested to see what everyone does here, but I don't think it's going to be that interesting. Brian Ortega and Diego Lopez. Obviously, Diego Lopez last fight he took with Ortega after like short notice, and Ortega backed out, and Dan Ige stepped in like fucking 15 minutes before the fight started and drove down there. So they promised. I think
he pulled a Brice on him. He said, "I could fucking be there in 20 minutes."
Yeah, just call me and I'll show up. But I think Ige was supposed to be on this card too. I think they both. They said something about like Daniel.
Dana said he wants Ige on the. He wants them both on this card.
Yeah. So, but I don't know
what happened.
Ige's not on there. We don't know obviously. Oh wait,
Ige fought since I believe.
Did he end up doing that fight the 2 weeks after? There's no way. Or a month after.
I don't think they allowed it.
But we're finally gonna get to see the Brian Ortega.
No, his last fight's Diego Lopez.
Okay.
He's fighting at 308.
Okay, so that's what it is. So they have him scheduled to fight still, which is cool. But Diego Lopez is minus 175. Ortega's plus 145. Obviously, you kind of know about them a little bit. Brice, you want to kick this one off? Whoops.
Well, Brian Ortega, like, he looked good in his last performance, but, he's been kind of the shits before that.
He's like a guy that gets there, but he can never fucking fully get there.
Well, like, once he fought Max, he kind of just fell off. He just couldn't get it.
When Max was teaching him how to box in the fucking octagon and shit.
Yeah, that's not a good look.
After that fight, he hadn't really been able to put it together. Who's our other guy here?
Diego Lopez.
Is he a jiu-jitsu guy?
He's good at jiu-jitsu. He's a striker, though.
Yeah, he's mainly a striker.
I'm probably going to go with him. If he has, like, some jiu-jitsu background, he's probably going to keep Brian... basically keep him from his game, and he's probably going to end up just out-striking him. Because I feel like Brian, every time he thinks he has some good stand-up, he tries to just do that alone.
Yeah, it is.
And it never works out for him.
Yeah, I agree. I'm gonna take Lopez also.
Yeah, Lopez, he came in on like 9 days' notice against Evloev in his first fight in the UFC, and it was split decision, I think. No, it might have been unanimous, but it was a good fight. And since then, he's just been fucking running through people. And, I'm going to take Lopez as well. I like Lopez.
You got to go Lopez.
I think he...
Ortega's focused on moving up, and he has such trouble with
the
last card.
I think that's probably why he got sick, because the weight cut. And I think Lopez wins this fight, and then I think he's going to ask for a title shot.
Yeah, I think
because the only two guys ahead of him after this will be Max and Volkanovski, and Max is currently fighting for the title, and Volkanovski reportedly is fighting Charles at 155, so...
That'd be fucking sweet.
Yeah.
But
I see it going to a decision.
I also see a decision here.
Yeah, just takes him by a decision.
Co-main event. I guess obviously Grosso's from Mexico, so Mexican independence. So you got something, Bill, or are you?
Brian Ortega's Mexican too.
Seems like the toughest one.
Yeah, I think so too. But Grosso and Shevchenko for the flyweight title. Third time they're fighting. What was it? 1-1?
Well, they drew or something.
I was gonna say they drew. Yeah, they drew, and then Grosso won the other one, right? Mm-hmm. Bill, kick it off.
And that one was a split, I want to say.
Yeah, I think it was.
No, submission, neck crank. Final round, right? Fourth round.
Okay, so she finished Shevchenko.
Wow. Split draw on the next one after that. Wow.
I think this might just be one where Shevchenko's 36. Maybe she's just kind of...
That's the thing. People kind of go like,
what's
happening with Shevchenko? It's like, well, she's not fucking 29 anymore is what's happening.
Yeah.
So maybe Grosso just still has her number, so I'm going to go Grosso on this one.
Yeah, it's hard not to go Grosso on this one, I think.
Yeah, Shevchenko, I've heard, like, she definitely takes some shortcuts sometime when it comes to her camp. So,
oh, really?
I would go with Grosso again.
I can't imagine those shortcuts are getting any smaller when she's getting older, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Give me Shevchenko.
Wow. I'm going Grosso.
I'm gonna.
Did we all go Lopez? Did anyone go Ortega?
We're all the same so far, except
and then you went Shevchenko to switch it up. This is what you do. This is what you do every card.
This is why you
and he goes, I'm catching up.
Do you want me to just go like this and we can just? I'll be 8 games out the whole fucking year.
If you didn't ever start doing that, you would be fucking.
No, that's
tied
not
with
how
me.
that happened.
Yeah.
That's not how that happened. What happened is these 50-50. He won a couple. Remember that one fucking Brazilian chick we had who was kicking the piss out of that girl, and then the girl hit her with an elbow because she was trying to stand and bang, and she lost the fight. Literally more than halfway through the second round. That's just I'm gonna blame it on that.
You got to kind of predict those things, though.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm Shevchenko. You guys are all Grasso, and then what we all are paying to see.
Yeah.
Or illegally streaming, or being there in person, whichever you prefer.
Yeah, I saw boxing. The Saudis are going to start making the pay-per-views $20. Need that to happen in the UFC.
Yeah, $80 cards are fucking kind of outrageous.
That's true.
But bantamweight title on the line. Obviously, it's Aljo's teammate. He watched him fight. You know, I was watching the embeddeds. Merab was watching the fight, basically saying kind of not that like Sean got
early
lucky.
Stoppage, yeah.
Yeah, early stoppage,
Fuck
and I honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I did think it was a little early. Like Aljo wasn't like done, like he was.
He didn't do anything to fight back though, and he kind of.
No, yeah.
I'm gonna take Sean's word for it. He was like, I mean, I saw his eyes go back in the head as soon as I hit that first one on the ground, and then the last one on the ground.
Oh, the first one, because just the way Aljo fell, it wasn't like he hit me and knocked me off balance. He kind of got shut off a little bit.
Right.
But then I feel like he recovered, and then Sean hit him with that bomb, and then Sean I feel like if 10 more seconds wouldn't have like when Alex fought Izzy, that should have been stopped. Like Izzy was sitting there, and then even when the ref stopped it, Izzy was like, you could tell like
Didn't really know where he was.
Yeah, Aljo was kind of like I said, I'm never mad, saving somebody's health, but at the same time, like I can't imagine if Aljo was hitting Sean O'Malley like that, they would have stopped it. But maybe I'm wrong.
See O'Malley's interview with Cejudo and Kamara.
Yeah.
Just went on for 20 seconds. Said, Cejudo, how'd you let Aljo take you down so fast?
And he ran away. They introduced him, and he was like, Kamaru, I just came on here for two things. You're a fucking legend, and I love you. And Cejudo, I just want to know how you let Aljo take you down so easily. And then he ran out of the room, and Kamaru was like, did we lose him? And Henry's like, I think he just left.
He's like, he said he got us, and I don't know if he got you guys. I think he got you.
Yeah, he got us. Yeah, no, he literally told Kamaru he's goated and told you fucking stink. So, but yeah, he's fighting Merab, obviously. Interesting kind of fight. Tim Welch was like, I think we're going to see a little bit of
grappling
Sean's jiu-jitsu.
He's been saying that for a few fights, though. I think he expects to see it, like with Aljo, but he just doesn't go down.
I think you realize when you get in there with him, like, the striking and distance, like, it's not like, oh, I'm just going to run at you and take your legs.
Oh, bro, he's going to run right at him and take him down. It's like, it's Sean O'Malley. You can't run right at Sean O'Malley.
Yeah, and then even going backwards, switching stances.
It's the same thing as Israel Adesanya, where it's like, when that guy's in there and he's taller than you and he's longer than you and he's a lot faster than you and his striking's way better than yours, it's a lot harder to get him down than you think.
Yeah. I can't imagine anyone else we're all gonna go different on this, but I'm gonna take Sean. Danny put him down as a bet of the week. He's got the sugar fucking hoodie on.
Yeah.
I did, on
By the hook.
By the hook on the press conference page. Sean O'Malley's one of my bets of the week.
So yeah, us two are Sean. Brice, you taking Sean or Merab?
I'm probably gonna take Sean O'Malley, but
I wouldn't be surprised if he loses. Like, I'm not gonna act like
that's been the last few fights for O'Malley. Jan, Aljo, some people. Not Cheeto for me, but this fight too. If he loses, I wouldn't be shocked because it's close.
I wouldn't be shocked if he lost. And if he lost like in the very first round, I wouldn't be shocked.
Right.
Yeah,
He's not taken down.
Yeah,
I do want to see his jiu-jitsu, his grappling, because I feel like it is a lot better than people think. Like,
you know better than me. He beat some Japanese superstar in jiu-jitsu or something. It could have been Mexican. But
yeah, he was Japanese. He's Takanori Gomez.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Sean beat him, and people were like, oh, his jiu-jitsu must be good. It's like, well, his head coach is a jiu-jitsu specialist, and he's fucking
I think it's better, partially because he doesn't attack people's legs and take people down. But I think also you watch some videos of him, and he's like smoking a joint, like fake punching stuff, slapping stuff.
So he trains,
an idiot.
Just fucking
But
I do think jiu-jitsu is a lot of a different ballgame from that Georgian fucking wrestling that Merab's doing.
No, I think so too, but just to say, like, well, if he gets him down, like, that's all it's going to take. It's like, I mean, I don't know, man. You still have to get position. You got to put him out. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot more to it than just, if it was that easy, Aljo would have done it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think, like, Jan had the most success taking him down, but Jan's a great striker.
Yes.
He doesn't expect that
He
from
mixed
Jan.
that in, trips and everything, but then he couldn't hold Sean down. Aljo can't strike that well.
I will say Merab has done some fucking shit to some people, though.
Yeah,
What he did to Cejudo and Jan was bad.
But Rob was 0-4 against Aldo, an aged Aldo.
That's true.
And
Aldo's
then-
different level, too.
And Cejudo was fucking piecing him up on
And
the
Rob
feet.
was getting hit by Henry. So
And Suga didn't look great against Aljo and Sean.
So I think that the problem is Merab can't strike with Sean. Therefore, there's no real threat of the striking getting mixed in with.
It's going to be Merab attempting 5 to 10 takedowns around.
Takedowns.
Yeah.
If it's that, bro, and they put that for the sphere card, and it's like a decision, and you were getting, I can just fucking picture.
It's kind of the risk you run. The
crowd booing
a
in.
good main event for this would have been Sean versus Cheeto because there's no takedowns being attempted in that.
No, there's a knee that you'll hear from fucking Saudi Arabia
Yeah.
in Vegas. But that's the thing is like, if he does, I can just picture Dana getting on that mic after because I always watch the post-fight press conferences because I like to see how he kind of like he'll straight up say like that fucking we told that judge to go home after that Tai Tuivasa split decision.
I mean, Sean's only even on this card because he said he's Mexican because his kid is Mexican, so he must be Mexican.
There's no Mexican on the main event whatsoever. Obviously, it's Mexican Independence Day. There's a lot of Dana said the whole card's going to be like going through the timeline of Mexican fighting throughout history.
He said it's like a movie. It's like a movie clip, basically, like a movie scene, and then the finale of that scene is the next fight, and then the finale of the whole movie will be O'Malley.
Two non-Mexicans.
Sounds cool.
Yeah. So I'm interested.
The show of the whole spear is
Will be cool as fuck.
It's gonna be.
If you can get tickets there, fuck, good for you.
Bill, you got O'Malley?
Yeah, sure.
So we all have the same 5 picks, except for I'm different. We took Rodriguez, Zellhuber, Lopez. I'm on Shevchenko. Everyone else is on Grasso, and then everyone's on O'Malley. So I mean, I'm going to catch up either one game or I'll be one game further back. I mean, what the fuck?
I think no one went Merab. I thought one of you guys would go Merab.
No, I went Aljo. I think against O'Malley.
I did too.
I think that's another one but I just, like I said, I was kind of buying into the thing of like if Aljo can get him down and just figure out a little bit of his striking, but then you got to look at the other way where Sean's like, well, no one's done it yet, so why?
Well, Sean was like, I can't believe this guy's throwing at me.
Yeah.
Well, that also was a controversy because they were bitching at his coach about saying you got to go Aljo, and I'm like, well, I mean,
Tim Welch was
yeah,
saying
it's a minute in
Saw
the
that?
second round,
Tim was saying to Aljo, you gotta go, Aljo, you gotta go, and then Aljo listened to Tim and
and
went.
like literally he was like, Aljo, you got to go, and then he fucking overextended and just got cracked. So like,
I mean, if you can get people get mad at stuff like that all the time. If you can get away with that, do it. If he's dumb enough to not know his coach's voice, fucking do it.
yeah, no, I would agree with like that type of shit. Now, if the coach like just throwing shit at the guy while he's fighting, it's one
A
thing.
laser pointer in his eye.
Yeah, but if you're sitting there trying to like manipulate the guy, like saying like or like talking,
You're against the cage and you're reaching in or something.
It's the same difference as being like, Sean, throw a head kick, and then Sean throws a right cross. You know what I mean? It's
so
like,
they're saying stuff and not doing it. It's like, well, yeah, that's
stop listening to it.
right. You're in there
Because
fighting.
coaches will do that. If you're close enough, you can see. There'll be some coach yelling out some bullshit, and then the other coaches, like, you can see me like do this.
Yeah, like they're trying to show more than say.
Because if you start saying it and they're right there, your opponent's gonna listen. He's gonna be like, "Oh shit."
Oh, he's gonna try this on me.
Yeah.
That's why the language barrier sometimes is good because it's like
That's why some coaches call out like weird like,
Razor,
like
this.
L1, R2. You know, like,
Yeah.
like he'll throw out some weird.
I remember when Mike Perry fought Mickey Gall. He fought him during COVID, and he was like, "Yeah, I could hear his coach saying razor." And first time he said it, he threw like an elbow from his back foot. And he's like, so every time he said that, I just went for a takedown, right as soon as he was going to throw it.
that's why I said it's you got to be. I'm never mad at that though. Like I said with Tim Welch, like it's just like if he didn't knock you out, you probably wouldn't even have said.
My only thing is I do think Merab is better than Aljo.
Yeah, I would say so.
It'll be interesting.
It will be a good
Merab's
fight.
another Vegas guy too.
Like I said, I hope it's. I actually like. He's entertaining too. He's funny as fuck.
He's fucking hilarious.
I just hope it's a good card. I hope it's a good fight.
He also just says he's Mexican. That's why he's on. These guys just both said, "I'm Mexican."
Yeah, I don't know if in a perfect.
Neither
world.
are Mexican.
But who else would Dana like? This is a good thing to like put on the sphere card.
Who would be the Mexican headliner? It'd have to be Ortega or Yair Rodriguez.
You're not doing that for the sphere.
Yeah, you're not.
I think this works out
Just
as
say you
perfectly.
just bring Kane out of wherever he's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, you come out and just fight whoever.
Yeah, you got good news in his court case.
Yeah, get that guy.
Except Yair, fuck it. Just Yair's fighting Taporia.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Yeah, because it doesn't really do any good. You got some trivia, Bill?
Yeah, I got 3 trivia questions for you.
All right, we'll do some trivia. We'll get the fuck out of here.
So most bantamweight title defenses, there's 4 guys in the top 2. 3 guys have 3 defenses. 1 guy has 2 defenses.
O'Malley.
Nope.
No, he doesn't have 2 yet.
He has Cheeto. That's it. Oh.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Aljo.
Aljo's tied first with 3.
Dillashaw.
Dillashaw's second with 2.
Dominic Cruz.
First with 3.
There's another guy.
Sanko. No, he didn't become champ.
Demetrius.
Forget his name.
Was he?
Flyweight.
Nah, he's flyweight.
Oh, I know his name too.
Bantamweight.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, this is like right after Cruz won his first title.
Mm-hmm.
I think he beat Faber for the interim belt.
He lost to Dillashaw. He lost his belt to Dillashaw.
It's
no?
that Brazilian dude.
Yep.
I can't think
Exactly.
of
I
his name.
can't think of his name either.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that one we kind of knocked that one out quick.
That was awesome. So this is most submission of the night awards.
Ooh.
I'm only gonna give you the top 3 because 4th place there's 5 guys tied with 3 submissions. 3 submission of the night awards. First has 6, second has 5, third has 4.
Charles Oliveira.
He's got 3.
Wow.
Submissions of the
He
night.
has the most submissions in UFC history, right?
Yeah.
But he doesn't have the most submissions of the night.
Yeah, he only has 3 submissions of the night.
Wow, that's interesting. Is it bantamweight?
No, it's just all males in any division.
But is there any bantamweights? Is what I'm asking.
No.
Okay.
Hmm.
Is there any Mexicans?
Brian Ortega.
No.
Oh, that's what I thought you were
The
going.
first place
He
is
said no bantamweights. Oh, he's a featherweight.
First place is the most surprising name I saw on this list.
The first
Submission
name.
of the night.
Yeah.
Nate Diaz.
Nate Diaz is second with 5.
God damn.
Nick Diaz.
No.
GSP.
No. This guy is welterweight, jiu-jitsu specialist.
Matt Serra.
Nope.
Champion.
Damian Maya.
Damian Maya has 4.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, I was trying to think of things.
And first is Joe Lozon.
Joe Lozon.
6 submissions.
Yeah, Joe-
6 submissions.
Yeah.
Joe Lozon has
Outside
like
award.
he has a. Yeah, I think he has like the second most fights behind Jim Miller. That's kind of
Ruge,
the only.
Charles, Little, Gita, and Jim Miller. Are
You see Joe Lozon just get knocked the fuck out. I believe it was him in that karate combat thing.
Mm-mm.
It was James Vick, maybe?
James Vick might have been, yeah. Same fucking guy, yeah.
Scissor kicked.
And then this is the best record in title defenses. So just best win percentage in title defenses, top 5.
John
Jones.
John Jones first with 100%.
Woman too, Amanda Nunes.
Manny News is second with 92%.
Shevchenko?
What?
Shevchenko?
Nope.
Ronda Rousey.
Nope.
How many fights minimum?
At least 10.
Okay. Anderson Silva.
Silva's fifth with 85%.
Demetrius Johnson.
Fourth with 86%.
Who are we
Missing one
missing?
person?
We're missing third place.
Is it a woman?
Nope.
Okay. GSP.
GSP's third with 87%.
God damn. Damn, those rattles those off so fast.
I was gonna say Sean O'Malley's 100%, so I'm not sure what's the minimum here.
Yeah, if there's not a minimum on there, then fucking you could have guys who fought one time and then.
Exactly.
Did Conor ever lose a belt? He never defended one.
He never defended
He
it.
just gave it away.
Won the featherweight from
No.
Aldo.
He was technically the champ, and Khabib was the interim champ, right?
No.
No.
He got stripped of that 155 belt. I want to say he was the champ, and Khabib was interim when they fought.
He was
could
in
be
the blue
wrong.
corner though.
Okay, then maybe not.
Who knows?
Yeah, 145 he got stripped of for sure. He never fought again after
I
he
think
won.
once he got like
The 155
he got the next day.
They just let him be the
No,
double champ.
Tony won the interim belt.
Oh yeah.
And then Khabib and then Conor and Tony were stripped, and Khabib beat Alquenta for the belt.
Jesus Christ. That's a fucking list of names, huh? Household names. Bill, you got anything else? Brice?
No.
Dan? No. Well, like I said, thanks again for coming on. Maybe after the second slap round, we'll do it again. Looking for some more news to come out. So, like I said, follow him on Instagram. I honestly think this sport's going to pop up, like rise in the rankings.
Oh yeah, it's definitely getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah, and especially not because it's quick too. You get to watch it. It's like it's like betting a fucking first inning in baseball game. Like you watch it and then it's a couple rounds and then you're out of it.
It's not hard to understand.
No,
for the
yeah,
most part.
yeah.
Like it's pretty simple, but there's like a couple little
rules, yeah.
rules
Yeah,
you gotta understand. So
yeah. Dan, you look like you had something.
I was just gonna say, like we said, I don't know if Billy will make another short, but if this pops off enough, we like the numbers. Me and Eric will either slap fight or we'll figure something else. We'll get someone in here to slap the fuck out of me.
Yeah, yeah. Someone that's not a. We'll figure something. Maybe I'll slap you, but you don't get to hit me back.
You know who? I don't know if I like that.
Yeah.
You know who could be I think would be good at slap fight is
Michael.
Tone.
Oh,
Tone. Yeah, Tone has fucking strong hands.
Yeah, like you
That's
said.
not enough. That's not enough, I know. But he's a big Armenian fucking
Offensive player,
Muay Thai, he has some experience.
Yeah. Well, we'll be here before 3:07. Like I said, just take all my picks because I'm definitely going 5-0 this week. I'm catching up. Other than that, everyone have a good day, night,
Brice
whatever it
wants
is.
to join in the clinch crew. He can.
Yeah, anytime you want to. It doesn't have to be Power Slap. We do this like we just do pay-per-views for this shit. So it's you can see it's just like there's guys even on the main card. I don't know who the fuck they are. Guys $3 favorite. I'll take him. But yeah, everyone have a good night. Like I said, run this up so we can get Danny slapped around a little bit.